Samuel Adeniran, welcome to Philly. We're so happy to have you here at the Union.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What have your first couple of weeks here been like?
Yeah, they've been pretty crazy, just because like the whole process of getting traded and then moving to like a whole different state has been, crazy. But all in all, I mean, it's been pretty good. The guys have really welcomed me, like made me feel welcome, staff as well. And then obviously, just having family here as well has made that whole process a lot easier.
So you've been here for a couple of games now. What was your first impression of Philly and Philly fans?
It's a great team. I mean, Philly has had I think in the past 5 years, you guys have been one of the best teams in the MLS. So, I mean, obviously coming in, I already had that in the back of my mind. And I was like, yeah, so that would be great to come into something like that. And then obviously, yeah, I didn't know what the fans were like, but yeah, they definitely are rowdy. And I like that. I like that from fans. I've been fortunate to be in clubs in the MLS where I've been in places where they've had good fans. And I think Philly's just another one of those teams that has fans that are really loyal and, and ready to fight for the club.
I spoke with you after the game against Charlotte, and you said it got a little hard to hear because the fans were so loud. When's the last time you've been in an environment like that?
Last season, even this season actually, playing in St. Louis, the fans got pretty loud over there too. So it was a sellout season. So I mean, yeah, to be honest, I think I've been, every season I played in the MLS, I've been in a team where the fans get really crazy. So I mean, yeah, Philly's just another one of those places where you really got to be focused on the field because you might not be able to hear what your teammates saying.
When you have fans backing you like that, does it motivate you as a player?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, for example, when you have a good play or you score a goal and you hear the crowd going crazy, it definitely boosts your adrenaline and makes you want to keep going. So
I spoke with sporting director Ernst Tanner last week, right when you arrived, and he said he'd been scouting you for 4 years. Did you know that?
Not really. I had an idea about it just because like that type of stuff like gets around, like, a scout's looking at you or this person looking at you, but I didn't know like the general manager was looking. So yeah, I wasn't fully aware of that.
When did you first realize the club had interest in you?
I think it was last season or the season before last season. So it's been for a while that I've known, but 4 years I don't know. But I definitely know that the past 2 years I think there was some interest.
So now you're here. Can you walk me through? I know you've been to a lot of different places all around the world. You have a ton of experience at a ton of different clubs. What was that journey like for you to get here to Philly?
Yeah, it was definitely a winding journey. Playing in the lower leagues in Europe and then eventually moving back to America and playing in Seattle and then St. Louis and now here. Yeah, it was a journey of ups and downs. When you're playing in those leagues out there in Europe, especially in the lower leagues, it's definitely difficult to find a home just because if you're a player that strives to be at the highest level, you always want to move a bit higher. So it was kind of like a thing of every season, if I was in a lower league, my goal was, okay, I'm going to play as well as I can so that I can keep moving forward and keep making strides to get better and better each day. Hence why the shift from team to team would come. But when I finally ended up coming back to America, the opportunity arose to hopefully find a home and find a place that I could fit, and the journey, like I said, always has the ups and the downs, but as a player, the most important thing is for you to give your best and for you to trust the process. So all of that has led me here to Philly. So.
And you've already put on a really strong showing since arriving here. Head coach Jim Curtin said the data shows you're one of the fastest guys on the team. Has that always been the case for you as a player?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I've definitely had guys that would push me. Definitely had some fast guys on my teams. Like my last team, I had a couple fast guys like John Bell and Josh Yarrow. And then even here, there are a couple quick guys on the field as well. So yeah.
Whose speed has impressed you the most?
To be honest, Mikel, he's pretty quick, and he's strong as well. So it's like he's strong and he's quick. So that mix is always a deadly weapon. So.
And just like you, size and speed, those are the characteristics that are really noticeable right away. But what else do you bring to the table as a player?
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely have different qualities that in this game could definitely help a team, such as like, I think I'm pretty good at holding onto ball, dribbling with the ball as well, and I would say that for a big guy, they always think that big guys aren't as great with their feet, but I love having the ball at my feet and playing with the ball at my feet. So I definitely think those are different things that I can bring to the, I have in my repertoire to help the team.
So you're signed through the end of the 2024 season. I know you've only been here for a little bit, but what potential do you see from this team?
I mean, honestly, since I've been here, I see a team that definitely should be fighting for an MLS Cup. I see a team filled with quality. Obviously, when I got in here, I know we were going through a bit of a rough patch. But I mean, ever since I've arrived, I've seen the guys just fight every single day in training to keep pushing and keep working. And that's just the way the game of soccer goes. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. It's just like life, But like I said, if you just trust the process and you keep working, then good results will come, and that's what's been happening. I've just been seeing the guys working hard. I've seen the staff working hard as well, and the good results are now coming. So just got to continue on that.
It can be a bit of a challenge moving to a new team, especially in the second half of a season. But you lucked out. You have some family in town, like you said. Your brother went to Villanova Law. He lives here with his wife and his kids. How helpful have they been in your transition to Philly so far?
Extremely helpful. Extremely helpful. I would not be able to have, I wouldn't have been able to adjust as quickly as I have without them. So, I mean, yeah, it's just a blessing. I'm grateful to God for my family, and not only my family here in Philly, also my family back in Houston. They've already, come down. They're actually here right now. Came to the last game that we played. So just to be able to have your family around to support you and to help you in any way possible has been a blessing that I can't thank God enough for. So.
Who all was at the game? They already made the trip. That's amazing. And they were here to see your first start too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was my parents that came down. It was my brother as well, my sister, and then obviously my brother and my sister-in-law that were here as well, and my niece and nephew. So.
What did they make of the environment here at Subaru Park?
My niece and nephew were sleeping half the time or pooping and peeing, probably, So they're 9 months, so yeah. They definitely did get a little bit scared when we scored and they heard the dupe for the first time. So yeah, but then obviously my parents loved it. They really enjoyed the environment, my sister as well, and my brother, and so I mean, just to be able to have them and to watch you and then to see them after the game, it's the greatest feeling in the world. So
that's a little bit of who Sam is off the pitch. You're also a businessman. In your Instagram bio, you have the word multipotentiality. What does that mean?
So multipotentiality is pretty much, I would say, the ability to, or the potential to do a lot of different things. And that's something that I see myself as. I wouldn't call myself like a entrepreneur, I guess, but I would definitely say that I have a lot of skills that I like to use in different areas. So it's not just on the field as well, it's off the field, like with my brand, so, and other things as well, like just with fashion, with modeling, with music, different things that I like to dibble and dabble in, so.
So your business, you have a clothing brand. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, it is. It's called Vaps Dynasty Clothing, and it's basically a bespoke brand or bespoke clothing, which is custom clothing. And we make custom Nigerian native wear. We make custom suits as well. And not only that, we make accessories as well. So we pretty much do a little bit of everything. We also have a catering side for weddings and things like that. So we have wedding planning, catering, and all sorts of things. So it's a family brand that my mom came up with. I got to make sure I say that or else she'll be mad at me. My mom came up with it. So, but yeah, VAPS just stands for Victor, who is my oldest brother, Ayo, my second oldest brother, Pelumi, my sister, and then Samuel, me. So it's basically my siblings in order from oldest to youngest.
So since I've met you, I've learned that your Nigerian heritage and your family means so much to you. And that brand has a little bit of both. Is that a way that you stay connected to both your culture and your family when you're moving from city to city, playing for different teams?
100%, 100%. I mean, you know, I'm talking to my brother, let's say every day or every other day about different things that we can do for the brand, especially when you're, you know, when you're done with practice and stuff like that and you have a lot of free time on your hands. You kind of want to put that into something productive rather than just sitting around all day. So I really like to, you know, get into my brand. I really like to work on different designs and work, you know, talk to my brother about different marketing techniques that we can use to help better the brand and move the brand forward, because, you know, at the end of the day, I want to share my culture and what I love with as many people as possible. And I've been able to do that, thank God. I mean, in my not my last club, but my last club that I played for in the USL, San Antonio, one of my teammates, his name is Mitchell Tainter, he actually got a suit from me for his wedding. And so that was just the most amazing feeling in the world, because number one, Mitchell is not of Nigerian descent. He's a white man who decided to get clothing from like a Nigerian guy, and he was just like, you know, doesn't matter, you know, where you're from, it doesn't matter like kind of what you feel like you can or can't wear. He was like, I want to get it from you, you know, and that's what we like to push in our brand. We like to push that it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what you like, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, your style, that anyone can rock this and anyone can look good in this. So
where can our fans go to see the things that you have to offer?
So you can see us on Instagram at Vaps Dynasty Clothing, or you can go to our website, it's vapsdc.com, and I believe we also have TikTok, I think. I'm not big on TikTok. I'm more so big on the Instagram and everything. So I'm also not a big social media guy. I only have Instagram.
You'll have to go to some of the young guys on the team to find out more about that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I want to do some rapid fire questions. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Who's your role model?
My role model. Wow. I would say my dad. Just growing up, my dad played as well. And he played soccer as well. He played for the Nigerian national team, and then he also played in Europe and in Asia and also in America as well. He actually won the Open Cup in America, funny enough, yeah. So that was, whenever I tell people that, they're like, wow, that's crazy.
That is.
But yeah, I would definitely say my dad, just because growing up, he was one of the reasons why I got into soccer, you know, and he never really pushed us to play. Like, obviously he wanted us to, you know, as every dad would. If they played, of course they're going to want their child to play. But it was never like a forceful thing. Like, he was like, whatever sport you want to play, or if you don't want to play sports and just focus on school, it's perfectly fine. But he was always helpful, you know, and he was always there for us. So yeah, I would definitely say my dad.
Who are you most excited to play with on this Union team?
I would definitely say coming in, I'd probably say Andre. Just because, like, I can see how much they love him in this community, in this club, you know, and obviously, like, I know he's a legend here, you know, and also in the MLS as well. So, I mean, yeah, to be able to play with a guy like that, a guy that's been proven in this league to be one of the best goalkeepers, I mean, yeah, it's a blessing. So.
What has it been like to play with him so far then?
I mean, no, it's been great just to see his leadership on and off the field. I mean, what he tells us to do on the field, he's doing it himself. It's not like he's like, you know, yelling out orders or barking out orders and he's just behind, just kind of watching. Like, no, he's right there with us, putting in the work right behind us, you know, pushing us to be better. So, and I've seen all of that in this short period of time. So, and to me, that's just a sign of a good leader.
Who has been the friendliest face in the locker room so far?
Friendliest face. To be honest, if not Andre, I'd say Isaiah. Isaiah has been very, very friendly. Ever since I got here, you know, he was talking to me because I think the first game I was in the suite, and so it was just me and him in there because I know he had got injured at the beginning of the season. So, but yeah, ever since I got here, he was just telling me the do's and don'ts, you know, of what I need to do, what I don't need to do, how to thrive and succeed in different things, you know. And so, I mean, yeah, he's definitely been a friendly face as well.
Okay, what's one thing from Philly so far that surprised you?
Would you say from the club or just Philly in general?
Anything.
I didn't know Philly got this hot. I did not know Philly, honestly, because I'm from Houston, And so Houston, there's not many places in America that I think get as hot as Houston or as humid. But
You're probably right about that.
Yeah, but Philly definitely gets a little humid and it definitely gets pretty hot. So I thought Philly was going to be like, obviously I know it's the summer, so I know it would get a little bit hot. But I asked a couple guys, I was like, oh, did it snow a lot here? And they're like, no, it hasn't really snowed that much in the past couple years. And I'm like, wow, that's, I expected Philly to be kind of like New York or like, one of those places that like snows all the time. But, I guess that's not bad because I don't really have snow tires. So yeah, it's not a bad thing. So.
Well, at least we have the breeze off the river on game days.
That's true.
That's the best.
That's true.
What's one word to describe who you are as a player?
I'd say multipotentiality.
I like it.
I'd definitely say that, just being versatile and being able to, and not being boxed in, and just realizing that I have different skills and different things that I can use to help a team is definitely a word I would use. What's
one word to describe your personality off the pitch?
Off the pitch. If you ask my family, they'll say goofy, because I'm always joking with my family and always messing around. If you ask my friends, they'd probably say goofy as well. I'd definitely say goofy.
Goofy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess we'll have to get to know more of the goofy Samuel side.
Yep.
And what's one word to describe Philly as a whole?
It's 2 words, but I'd say brotherly love.
Brotherly love.
Yeah.
Are you feeling it already with this team?
I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. Yeah, I always knew Philly was, like the city of brotherly love. But yeah, no, definitely feeling it. Just because ever since I got here, like even whenever we sometimes do like the signings at the training and after training and stuff like that, and all the fans are super welcoming. It's great to be in an environment where people really want you there and they really want to see you succeed. And my teammates as well, just seeing that, and the staff, and just even people in the city, just like every day walking around, regular people that you see, they seem pretty cool and pretty chill. So I like that,
Speaking of the fans, they were happy to have you out there on the field. What is your message to Philadelphia Union supporters and what they can expect from Samuel Adeniran for the rest of the 2024 season?
Man, they can expect me to give my all for the club. They can expect me to be goofy at times as well. Definitely when the camera's rolling during training or after training, they can expect that. But yeah, just to want to fight and help this club to succeed. That's the most important thing, because at the end of the day, it's about the club. It's about, getting a cup, getting a chip here, and I want to win. And every guy in that locker room wants to win, and so it's really about the team and just about getting us moving forward and getting that chip. So
I like that answer. Thank you, Samuel. Really happy to have you here.
Thank you.